Oi, you know what time it is? You're tuned in listening to Dry That Aussie Metal Guy. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his content when it drops. And remember, stay brutal, you mad dogs. Roof.
Yeah.
G'day, how are you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie Metal Guy here with Crank.com and with that metalstation.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, it is a great pleasure that I'm having a chat with Steven Rassart, vocalist for Belgium Suasion, who are due to drop their highly anticipated second album, The Infinite, 27th of January through Atomic Fire Records. Thanks for joining me, Steven.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
No, absolute pleasure. I'm really loving all the music, and it's 10 years as a band for Suasion, as I noticed, coming up this year.
Yeah.
So that must be a really exciting time, and also probably one you look back at kind of where you come from as well.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's quite something. It's true, but I joined Suasion a bit later because they started with another singer. So I joined the band, I think, in 2014 or 15. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But when we started, we were just one small band from Belgium, like many others, and it was quite. We don't know where we were going. We just wanted to have fun, you know. And as the years passed, we wanted to make something more and more serious and add more dedication to it, you know. And in the end, we came with this second album now, and we really achieved something which we can be really proud of, I think.
Yeah, very proud of. And your sound has definitely grown and evolved, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Those first two releases were a lot more hardcore,
Yeah.
post-hardcore kind of
Yeah.
style, and I believe you kind of grew a lot in those few years as well, because you played a lot of tours, and you got to play your first European tour through 2017 with Aussie, Sienna Skies, and Hopes out.
Yeah, that's right. They're from Australia.
Well. So playing all those shows as well would have also, helped grow and evolve the sound for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think the tour and also the couple of festivals we had the chance to do, like the UK Tech Fest, the Gera on Air and stuff like that. It's really great experience, and it really makes the things become more real and more serious, you know. So when that arrives in your life as a band, this is really something like it's the trigger, you know. And now you after that, it's not really the same, and you really want to put more dedication and more energy into it, because you can feel that it's coming, you know, that maybe you can do it actually. So
yeah, each one was a step up on each other until you hit that Stardust. And I think once you released that album, the band kind of started really getting a lot of recognition as well. And you were definitely going on to play a lot of shows and all set to play with landmarks as well. Then the world kind of fucking shut up. It must have been a hard time for the band as well.
Yeah, but just like any other band, I think. But it's true that it was a hard blow since we just released this album, and we worked a lot on it, and we placed many hopes on this album. And in the end, we just had to postpone everything and start it all over again and redo an album, you know, because you can't tour, you can do promotion release. So in the end, what can you do except for writing new music, you know, and try to adapt in your communication. And also it was I think a bit difficult, but somehow the industry changed too, and now it's more about streams. It's more about writing music and in being as diversifying your music, and try to be more active, you know, on the social medias, and create more, in fact, to be more present for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And it got along to the right ears as well, because jump forward, signed through Atomic Fire Records, then everything kind of just started really rolling with the new album as well.
Because in the end, you know, we were stopped. We couldn't do the show. We have to cancel our European tour with Landmarks and Novelist. And in the end, we just sat down and we said, okay, guys, what are we doing now? What's the plan? And so we decided to write two new songs, so Murphy's Law and Infinite. And that's with this song, actually, we got signed by Atomic Fire. So this one, the game changer, really. And because we had more time to do it and to redo music video, because we do everything in auto production. So we are mixing, we are recording ourselves, we are producing the music video ourselves too. So we really took our time to do it properly, and so it got the attention of the big guys over there. So it's pretty cool.
It definitely did, and to have Flo from Landmarks as well. Absolutely love Landmarks, but also come full circle,
me too.
Start out with that first single as well, with him on that as well. Considering you were all set to tour, at least you still got to do work together.
It was really
on something.
Yeah, really the cherry on the top. Yeah, and in fact it was pretty cool because for the record, so we shot our music video for Murphy's Law and Infinite during one weekend, and the two next days it was at the same location, Landmarks, shooting Rainfall and Lost in a Wave in the same location as us. So if you look closely, the Murphy's Law set is the same as the Lost in a Wave set.
I'm going back
Because
straight
Julien,
after this to have a good
yeah,
suss at that.
yeah, because Julien was a music video producer. He did Landmarks, he did Novelist, he did Chunk No Captain Chunk as well. He was also producing these two music videos for Landmarks. So they were actually sleeping at Julien's location, Julien's house, and he was organizing everything for their shooting as well. So that's why Flo was in the area, and he was on the video in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. It came out really, really good. Each one of these singles, yes, they are singles, but they can also be considered chapters because he's definitely put a lot of emphasis on the stories, the concept, and each song kind of tells its own story within the narrative of the overarching story of the album as well. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really the thing I want to say about this album is that it's more chapters in a movie. Really, we really wanted to create something special with this album and just not music really. So it's like a complete thing: the music, the cinematic, and as you said, each song is like a chapter. That's why you have such variation in the songs. You have more rock anthem song, you have metal songs, you have electro songs, you have a bit of everything because every song is linked to a chapter of the story we want to tell, and every chapter is as its own emotion, its own vibe, you know. And I think that's pretty strong to have an album that way because you're less likely to be bored really in the end because you have such different styles in the same album, and I think it's a strength really. And I'm really proud that we managed to do it. And still, we still keep the Suasion vibe in every songs because of the synths, the electro vibe and all. So the orchestral and everything. So in the end, you kind of feel it's the same band, but it has a lot of variations, But you really choose the right word. It's really chapters here. It's really the motive we wanted, the leitmotif we wanted to develop here.
Yeah, well, I feel the ways that you have grown and evolved with your sound, that you have that freedom now where you're not going to kind of just be pigeonholed into one genre. You can kind of go across between these DJ NT moments and these real electronic moments and then to these metalcore and touch on these real hardcore vibes as well. And it just fits so bloody well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's really fun to do it that way because at some point you have the core of the song when we write it, and it's like, okay, now what can we do to make it like memorable, And so we had the synths, we had the electro, and in the end it's completely different at the first idea we had, but we really can express ourselves and really have more fun. I think it's really completely different at the early days where we were more naive, I think, in the way we were creating music, and now we really have developed our own thing, and in the end it's way more fun that way.
Yeah, so when it comes to your songwriting process with this and having these stories, how do you create the stories, or do you have the story in your mind before you go in, or tell us a little bit about your process?
So usually the core of the song is written by Julien, so the bass player, or Nicolas, the guitar player. So they come with the main idea, so the organization, really the structure of the song. Later, our drummer is rewriting the drums part, so it's more adapted to his way of playing, of course. And the last part is me writing the lyrics, and then we all gather and we record everything. And some things changed, of course. Yeah, so the melody of the voices, and then the voice process, but the more energy. How could I put this? The longest thing to do during our process is really recording the voices because there are just thousands and thousands of layers. It's really super exhausting for me. But this is the thing, yeah.
How long did that process take?
It really depends. It really depends. Yeah, way too long. Yeah. That's the first thing I want to say. Yeah. But usually for recording the voices on one song, I would use like 3 days, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
3 days for a song. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is the emphasis on the film clips as well. The film clips are all really well done, and the ways that you've released them have kind of joined it up and have you kind of going, I can't wait to get this whole album and see where the bits kind of match up. And
exactly.
The whole experience,
yeah. Yeah, that's really the point. We wanted to release it and say, yeah, now you can live the full experience. Here are the movie really, and so you have all the songs in the right order with the chapters and all, and then you have your whole sci-fi movie, in fact, in the end with music, you know. So that's the extra we wanted to add to this album. So you have a different experience to live with the songs actually. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is. And the latest single, Equilibrium, just tell us about that one.
Yeah, this one it has a pretty strange story because in the beginning we weren't supposed to write this one. So when we signed, when we joined Atomic Fire, we discussed the strategy here, and we said we wanted to release a lot of music videos because we wanted to do this concept, and they were super supportive of it, super cool. So they say, okay, let's do this. You can do 7 singles, so you will catch the attention longer, of course, which is true.
Yeah.
And so we did the math, and we'd say, sadly, we are missing one song here, you know. And so I think it was like in June or something like that, and say, yeah, can you write another song, please? A heavy song would be cool, you know, because we were lacking like one other heavy songs because they really like trap, they really like Murphy's Law, and I think this is really one of the best songs in that kind of genre, of course, on the album. So you say, yeah, okay, let's do it, and we had to do the music video also for it. So it was really a busy weekend for this one when we had to do the music video. It was supposed to be released the next weekend, so it was all done really chaotically, but in the end it turned out good, and I think the song is pretty cool as well. We really wanted to do something spooky for this one, you know, with it has like an Halloween vibe. I think we should have released it on Halloween day.
Yeah, no, it definitely came out well, and the strategy's right because it's dropping a single, dropping another single, dropping another single. It
every
does
1 or
kind
2
of
months,
gets everyone's attention, and you also because the YouTube videos, everyone kind of goes onto that now. That's kind of like the rage. That was the music platform over here in Australia, but YouTube now you can go and check out all these great videos and actually get the support of people as well, I suppose.
Yeah, and I think really it kind of help you to live longer and keep the interest, you know, because now people are bored like right away. 1 week after you release the new song, they already jump to another thing, you know. So it's really hard to catch their attention, to maintain the attention, you know. So in the end, I think to have the strategy of releasing one song every 1 or 2 months, it keeps them interested, and they keep listening to your music, and then they can maybe discover other singles they missed, you know. So you're more likely to finally catch to finally touch the people who are more likely to like your music in the end, you know.
It was great for DJ hosts like me. It was like new music from you guys just about every other month. It was great, man. I absolutely loved it. And it was as you said, it definitely garnered my interest on the band as well. And I hadn't heard a lot of you guys until this release as well. And kind of
I can imagine,
PR, and I was like blown away, and then diving into your back catalog and kind of seeing kind of where you guys come from to where you are now. It must be really encouraging going forward. And, you know, 2022, you'll being able to play shows, and you just played your first show, I believe.
We hope so,
as well over in France. So you probably got a ton of shows booked for the year as the album releases, yeah?
I hope so, yeah. It's pretty difficult, our situations, because we're in Belgium, and this is really not the famous genre of music here. So it's really the main challenge for us is really to leave Belgium somehow and try to find shows where we can leave an impact, you know, because in Belgium, it's not really the main interest here, so it's pretty hard, but we are working on it. We have now good contacts to organize show, and we are working on tours, we are working on festivals, we're working on lots of things. But now all our energy is really on the release of the album. We are organizing our own release party in our hometown, so it's really everything all the energy we have. Plus, we all have work, so we have to work as well. So it's pretty hard sometimes to find the energy, but it's good, and it's a good way to spend your energy, I think. And but the job has just begun, of course.
Definitely, the job has just begun. And you did touch on your launch show as well, which is February 3rd. Do you want to give that one a plug as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so it's our hometown in Liège, and we are organizing it with 2 other great Belgian bands, which are called Ice Dies and Ocean Encounters. And we invite people all over this area in Europe to come, and we are preparing a great show also with a homemade light show, which will be exclusive for this one. So it will be pretty epic. Yeah, it will really resonate with the movie concept and the music concept. So you will have a glimpse of the music videos integrated to the show. So I think it will be a really interesting show. Yeah, something quite original.
Oh, that sounds amazing. If you're over that way, get along to it. Let me know how it goes.
You have to book your fly now.
Yeah. Someone paid for my plane ticket right now as well. Look, Steven, this has been an absolute pleasure to get to chat to you about this album, mate. Before we sign out, pick a track that you're really digging at the moment that's released so far off the album, which you're really, really enjoying, that I can chuck in there on the show.
It's as I said, since it's chapters and each chapter has its own mood, it really depends of my mood, really. And right now, since we are on the last, it's like the last mile. So I really want to reach for this goal, so I'm more into Infinite right now, because it's really the song about make your dreams come true, reaching for your goals, and don't waste your time, just do it, So I'm really in that mood right now. And I'm really into also the song called Explore, which has not been released yet, but I'm really into that one too, because it also gives me this extra motivation,
Yeah.
So I'm into those two right now.
Yeah, great track.
But if I'm angry, I'm more into Equilibrium, Murphy's Law. If I want to dance, it's more trapped. So it's really.
I know. I always dread asking that question, but I've got to as well. I do dread asking, because I know for me it changes as well. One day I'm going to be real. That's the whole joy of listening to an album, isn't it? Having whole albums.
Yeah.
Like, you put in the whole album. One day you're like really digging the hell out of this track. The next day you're digging the hell out of another one.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? That's the
That's
the beauty of listening to whole albums. And this one is an absolute joy as well to jump into the infinite. Everyone needs to go and grab it. Steven, I'm going to let you get back to work, my friend. Do you have any
Thank
last
you very much.
words,
It was a pleasure.
shout outs, thank yous, or anything else you'd like to add in there, my friend?
I have last words. I will thank everyone who was listening to Suasion in Australia and all around the world, but especially in Australia, since you're from there. It's a country we would love to visit someday and to play for you. So thank you for having me. And just you can help us by just listening to the album, watching the music video, leave comments and all. That's the best we can do for now. And thank you again for all the support. Yeah.
No worries. We'd love to see you down under, Steven and Suasion. Everyone, grab the Infinite.
Thank
Does
you very
drop
much,
27th of January through Atomic Fire Records. Thank you very much, my friend. You have a lovely evening.
Thanks.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.